So, Walt, smarty pants, what are you going to do for us? How can you do this? We have a very cool system, and it's worked very effectively in a lot of state and local associations where we take, and our consultants will do work this with you. So, if Nancy wanted to do it with Tracy as president, we can identify those 35% of the realtor association here who are not registered to vote. We could go out from Tracy, under Tracy's name with the realtor Hawaii realtor brand on it. And depending on your, I don't know your election, how onerous your election laws are, but in most states, they actually can provide the actual form on this, where you can electronically fill it in right there and then send it. Some states make you go to the website, they'll have a link there, and you can go and register that way. But in the states that locals have used this, they've increased it from a couple percent to 10%.
No, you have to sign it.
So if you're, okay, so how can we be involved effectively in issues? You know, we have an opportunity race program where we get realtors involved at the federal level. A lot of states have looked at that. How can we pretend to be an effective realtor party and pretend their members to register? Then we got to get them to vote, right? But that's the part of the opportunity race program we work on is being part of the realtor party, fighting federal candidates. And a lot of states have adopted this opportunity race program for the state for their states. We get those realtors to vote for candidates that we believe are champions for the real estate industry. The realtor party, all we care about, ladies and gentlemen, all we should care about is being part of the realtor party is who are our realtor champions? Who supports our public policy? That's what we're looking for. That's what it means. That's what John talked about in the RPAC meeting. That's what we're talking about here. And I would submit that until we can at least get our members registered, that it's really a moot point in terms of talking about realtor party effectiveness. So I would, again, ask for your help. Not only can Tracy do this for the state, but we can also do it for any local leader in here. I need your help. Let's get more realtors registered, and then based on your state RPAC, your local RPACs, we have the tools then, not only get those realtors involved, but the whole electorate in your issues. I'll give you an example on this. Johnny Isaacson, this issues conference that's happening, I'm actually leaving from here to go to the issues conference in San Diego. And the issues conference is for our realtor political opinion leaders who are president circle members and our past presidents are there. MNAR, big deal. And the guy, guess who's coming to speak to us? Johnny Isaacson, Senator Johnny Isaacson. He's from Georgia. He was a very family-owned business in Georgia. Don't know Johnny Isaacson. 2004, Johnny Isaacson ran for the United States Senate. He was a broker from Atlanta. Very actively involved. His family business. He was involved for generations. His family in the Realtor Association in Atlanta. He ran for the Senate. Everything I just talked about in the last 5 minutes of the electoral service program, we tested it in 2004. The voter file stuff. That's how Ground Truth had sold this with volunteers, the board director of the Second Century Initiative program, to do all this stuff. Johnny was our poster child. Johnny won that primary. The primary was the race in 2004. He won by a whisker, thanks to our support. And that's what he's going to, again, thank us for tomorrow. He's running again in 2010. He's up for re-election. So I mentioned the President's Circle member. We're going to be giving the President's Circle support. He's going to come speak about the importance of what we did for him in 4 and what we can do for him in 10, along with the public policy activities that he's been helpful for this time. Imagine the power of it. This is the first time in the history of our association in our 100 years. We had a member, you know how prestigious it is in the United States Senate to be in that cloakroom? And someone who actually understands your business. He was the champion on this extending the tax credit, straight out the Republican leader said, no, listen to me. He's the one that almost single-handedly got that extension. The power of what we were able to do for that man, and the power he wields in that cloakroom are enormous, cannot be overstated. So that's what we're talking about here in building our tools and resources to make a difference in the realtor party. And so I would suggest to you on this last slide of substance here. We have now created a realtor party index. So all those 60 activities, I just touched on it again. So basically, of that $24 million of all the 60 activities I was talking about, we can quantify directly back to the states, because some of those are websites, and the allocable amounts back to the state and local associations. We pull all of those out, and there's about 30 of them of that $24 million. So the Hawaii Association in 2009, this is our realtor party index, and we do one of these for every state, and I'm going to give the list to Nancy here so she'll have it, of all the programs and what you used and what you didn't use in 2009. Your locals used $11,000 worth of programming. Your state used $153,000 of our division's programs. And so the total amount is $165,000 of resources that you've used in 2009 of our CPA programs, that's $24 million. Now, that's about $19 a member here that you got directly back from resources from NAR back for place-based activities that some of which I highlighted. Not bad, but but part of this is the fact that we want you to be doing better and using it more, which is why I was so excited about coming here and highlighting all these things to you. So the message I'm leaving with you here is that please look through the resource guide. I need your help. Pick out what you want more information on. We'll send it to you. More importantly, the staff will contact you and work with you on this. And I'm excited that we can try and grow this thing. So this slide, every morning, this beautiful building. Boy, if you haven't come to Washington, you got to see our building. So, when I got promoted a couple years ago, they said, "Walt, you need a picture." So I said, "Oh, the guy had me sit down." I said, "Oh, kind of stupid." I got one to stand, but I thought this is kind of cool because this is what I do. I have a Starbucks coffee, go up to my office in Washington, and it has this majestic look on the shadow of the Capitol. I'm blessed to have a view of not only the Capitol, but that Washington Monument, think about Will Rogers every day, and what the point of what I'm doing here with these programs. They have to resonate. Some of these programs, we're going through the 3-year budget cycle. 11, 12, and 13, AR does a 3-year budget cycle. We just got rid of a couple of those. You don't see a couple of programs, we got rid of them. So some of this deal is, if you don't use these things, we're getting rid of them. We're not keeping them on board. So part of this value of this whole process, when these things go into this next 3-year budget, just like we did in those last 2 years, if the state looks aren't using, we're going to get rid of them. Because we want to use that money and new stuff that we're doing, and I can't take any more time. There's a whole bunch of new cool stuff we're doing. But anyways, I sit in my office, look at the mine, and drink my Starbucks and pinch myself, because I know when I'm long gone from the Realtor Association, I'm going to say, "Boy, what a great office you have. You ever take advantage of it? Appreciate it." Just like I wonder if you guys do with these deals. You know how you can you're around this, oh my God. You guys are just driving through, looking at how you doing your business, and looking at houses and commercial property. So Washington, I want to make sure I take advantage of it. So, but I'm pretty, again, that Eva story, I'm going to end you with the story of my daughter, just like I started. Short. This one, when she was in kindergarten, she said, "Daddy, can you come to my kindergarten and tell them what we do? All the dads are coming, and moms. Mom's scheduled to come. Can you come?" I said, "Oh, sure, honey." So I was really strung out. This is kind of my sister's a realtor. She still doesn't understand what I do. So I said, "Okay, I came up with this really creative how to talk about what I did." And so the end of the class, I thought it went pretty well. So I said, the kids went to recess. I got done with my shtick. Kids went to recess. Talked to Miss Segerson, their kindergarten teacher, and thanked her. And walking out 10, 15 minutes later, they're at recess, and one of my daughter's friends, Danielle, was standing by the fence. And I said, "Hey, Danielle," I went up to her, I got down, I said, "Thanks, did you have a good time with me today?" She said, "Well," kind of looked down, didn't look too excited. I said, "How do you think I did?" I said, "Okay, Mr. Witek." I had the head down, and we make eye contact. We get down, too. I said, "Well, Danielle, did you understand? Did it work what I tried to do and tell you what I did?" I said, "No, not really. I didn't really understand." "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." And so I went home that night, and Lena was eating dinner with my wife and I, and I said, "Lena, how do you think I did today?" "Oh, Daddy, you were great. You were great." She's throwing accolades at me. And I said, "Well, that's great." Yeah, I said, "I talked to Danielle today, and she said, she didn't really kind of understand what I was talking about, what I did today." And without missing a beat, she said, "Oh, Daddy, don't worry about Danielle. He just repeats what all the other kids say." I am humbled again. So I very much appreciate all this time, Teresa, you've given me. I hope that you understand that I was here asking for your help. I need your help to grow this division and make it as meaningful as you all want it to be, and your colleagues have created all these programs to be. And it's been a joy and pleasure to have this opportunity.